So hello guys, today I'm here to talk about operations management. So talking in part 1, we have introduction, transformation process, 4 rights of operations management, objectives of operations management, scope of operations management, role, key issues or functions of a operations manager. So coming towards operations management, so it is concerned with many things like planning, control, production strategy, cost, efficiency, designing, overseeing resources available in an organization, input and output ratio, and many other requirements. So operations management is also known as production management. It is a set of activities that create value in the form of goods and services by transforming inputs into outputs. Operations is used as production, but more emphasis is given on service sector. So the role of operations is to create value. Proposeful actions and activities are taken which will be the part of work by a process that is designed to achieve pre-decided objectives. So we can see here operations management is concerned with varieties of field. So operations management indicates tactics of operations management such as scheduling work, assigning resources, which includes people, equipments, inventories, etc., and a process where the resources or inputs is converted into more useful products. Operations management is a set of work which helps to convert into output. So it has three basic elements: input, processing, and outputs, where input or the materials are transformed into an output material. So we can see it is the conversion of input into output using physical resources so as to provide desired utilities to customer. It is done in order to meeting organizational objectives of efficiency and effectiveness. So many research and calculations are done for this. Next we have operations management is also known as producing right amount of goods and services of right quality product at right time with right approach to right customers in order to satisfy customers. Next it is transformation process. As we know, operations management includes conversion of input into output, where we can see over here in the figure that the input is converted into output where people, capital, equipment, material, those are used by operations as in the form of production engineering, service management, method engineering, and output is produced in the form of product, services, information, and storage, where output is supplied to customers where they provide feedback to operations manager where further decisions can be taken. So operations management, over here we can see an example of a cement plant where inputs are the raw materials, plants, machineries, manpower, and in operations in the cement manufacturing there is crushing, grinding, cooling, and other activities in order to produce our output material, which is cement. So over here we can see the input, process, and output. Basically in input we have the formula like M5LI, where input involves input of material, machineries, manpower, methods, and management and information, where processing is done to manpower, machines, management, schedule is prepared, fund and informations are processed in order to produce the output of product and services, where they are produced in the form of need based, expectation based, competition based, and for value creation. Next, we have four rights of operations management, where there is right product and services, right time, right approach and methods, and right customer. These are rights used by operations manager for value creation activities, as operations management is value adding as well as value creating activity. Next, we have objectives. There is objective of operations management for quality production of goods and services as per customer desire and requirement. Next is fulfillment of interest of stakeholders, which includes customers, suppliers, employees, investors, shareholders, local community, government. Next, other specified objectives of operations management is cost and loss minimization, profit and value maximization, optimum utilization of available resources, increasing organizational goodwill or status, increase employee morale, balance supply chain management, adapt to changing environment, and develop necessary skills in order to achieve numerous career opportunities for an individual. Next, we have scope of operations management. It refers to the area where operations management is performed. So we can see over here, operations management is concerned with location of facilities, plant layout, material handling, product design, process design, production, planning control, quality control, material management, maintenance management. Next, we have roles of operations manager or key issues for operations manager and even operations function. So basically the functions, we know that there are primarily four functions like planning, controlling, leading, organizing. Meanwhile, there are other functions we can consider in operations management, as primary function is primary and decision making, which is determining course of action. Organizing is concerned with coordinating of activities and resources. Leading is concerned with managing and motivating people. Controlling is concerned with monitoring and evaluating activities. So here we have a planning function, where planning function is concerned with the rules, regulation, policies, strategies, and development of department, where there is further product planning, where size, shape, cost, quality, design, and features of product are discussed and planned. Next is process planning, where it includes process understanding, development, evaluation, best selection, and implementation. Next, we have location planning, where it is concerned with area selection for a factory. So there are some factors to be considered for location, which is material, manpower, market, customer, geographical structure, climate, cost of land, and other infrastructure development such as road, education, water supply, health, banking, insurance. Now here we have layout planning, where it is concerned with internal setting and fitting with construction of building and other materials, storerooms, office room, warehouse machineries, public room, staff room, restroom, canteen, parking, etc. So there is HR planning, where it is concerned with understanding the manpower requirement, where there is recruitment, selection, socialization, training and development. We also need to consider compensation management, performance evaluation, disputes and conflict in the management sector, and handling. Next is forecasting, where we use qualitative and quantitative techniques and individual short, middle, and long-term forecasting methods. So coming towards organizing function, where organization hierarchy or structure should be developed for the department within operations management. It is essential because for communication pattern and system development, job analysis criteria development, which includes job analysis and job specification, job measurement criteria development, project development, which is done through projects within the time bound. There is contracting, where given projects to others to do the work well, and there is outsourcing, where the project is done by oneself at different locations. Next we have controlling function. So it is concerned with controlling the cost, quality, material, manpower, machine and technology. It is proper system, process and procedure. So over here we can see for controlling there must be standards to be set, then performance measurement, comparing the performance, and then taking corrective actions in order to minimize deviations. Next we have behavioral function, where it is concerned with value, attitude, personality and perception of an individual. There must be proper function for proper behavior. For example, for effective communication, there must be proper body language communication, complete form of sentence should be used, and the message to be delivered should be in proper way. Next there is effective motivation, where the requirement must where requirement understanding is essential. We must understand the motivation is financial or non-financial factor, it is positive or negative impact of motivation, or the motivation is for short-term or long-term impact. Next we have effective leadership, where there must be proper level and scale of the voice, timing of the voice, and implant ideology of leader must be effective. Next we have model function, where model are the methods or approaches that are used to simplify the complexities in operations management. So as an operations manager, he should understand and use the following models. For example, like linear programming model, waiting line model, inventory model, or even control chart model. So over here we can see an example of a model function. Now here we have an example of model function, where there is a proper model used in order to carry out any activities. For example, over here, in order to set up hierarchical function model, there is proper defined hierarchical levels and their boundaries. Setup of relational function model, integrate hierarchical levels into the relational model, and then derive the problem statement and structure the problem statement. So thank you. Here is the end of part 1.